Do you have dice that go to 15?
No. Well, I'll make 16 or something. No. This will be a pick a number, dickhead, and the amount of money you're going to have will be on dice.
Okay, fair enough.
Now you got to see. Now you'd already and we have to roll for the state. Don't make Angry Chris come out, boy. I'm going to show you how I got my name.
It's White Chris to you, sir.
I'm Angry Chris. Ready? What's up, motherfuckers? This is the Mike and Max Offroad Podcast, and this motherfucker's Chris. That's my other host, Max Kraus. So what's up?
What? That was the best intro. You should just use that.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mike and Max Off-Road Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Austin.
And I'm Max Kraus, and we're taking you from the garage to the trail.
Right. And we got a special guest in-house, Chris Baier.
Baier.
The legend.
The legend, also known as the legend. Right. What's up, bro?
We should subtitle Chris.
Glad you can make it in.
Thanks for the invite. Appreciate you.
Max is over there hanging. That's good stuff, man.
Are you still...
Just coming back. I thought you were going to meet me in the middle.
I'm just going to sit here and wait for these two to figure that out. They're trying to handshake everybody out there in podcast only land.
I don't know the secret one yet.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we don't do that.
In case you were playing with yourself earlier, so we got to boom. So I like knuckles only. Or elbows. That's what
elbows are safe.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
On the fire department, that's how you did it. Like, who the fuck's... What do they do with their elbows?
Because you don't know what kind of germs they
Well,
got.
you normally have gloves on, so you always elbow.
Oh, nice.
So.
Good info.
Right. Hey, that's a tip.
There you go. Moving on.
Right. All right, cool.
So we've been wheeling a bunch with Chris lately, actually. Well, and Mike.
Yeah.
Mike was there.
I finally got out to Harquahala.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool seeing you there.
And
good to see you there.
Right.
We live there.
Right.
No, we don't.
And I fixed my steering.
Yes.
Right. Came out perfect.
So can you tell me again what you had and what you finally bought that was well worth the money?
Yep. It was cool. So basically I used to have a 3-belt system. It had 1 serpentine and 2 V belts, V drive belts. And it was like a hodgepodge of stuff. And on that type of system, there's no idler pulley. So you have to use the components. Like the alternator has to be on a bracket that slides, and that's how you tighten it up. Same thing with the power steering pump. Same thing with the AC, all that junk. So I went and put a later model serpentine kit on the front. And a couple little things, I ran into, like the water pump was wrong, so I had to shave off the bungs because the water pump comes from, like it has a hole in it that mounts a swinging power steering pump, where the new system has a pump that's mounted. You know what I mean? So
what year's your motor?
87.
That's okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, 87, and then I ended up putting like a 97 kit on there.
That's what my son's got. He's got a 97 Chevy.
In that white Chevy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Nice.
White 3/4 ton extended cab?
No, it's a 1500 4-wheel drive, 6-inch cowboy lift, all that happy stuff.
What's a cowboy lift? Yeah. Is that a brand?
You got to explain, young man.
It's a 6-inch lift, big tires.
Blocks?
Never goes off-road.
Oh.
Just goes from store to store. Looks cool.
So it's the truck terminology for like a mall crawler.
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, a cowboy lift.
Yep.
I have to throw that one at Steve. Nice cowboy lift. Where's your rear coilovers?
Who's Steve?
Steve Johnson. He's one of our friends
Oh.
that we see all the time.
Well, I was trying to think of, like, he doesn't have leaf springs or blocks. Why would he? But he's got coils, just not coilovers back there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's only done half the lift.
Sort of.
It's a cowboy. It's a cowboy lift.
Well, one day he'll be as built as Daryl.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
That was an inside joke because this guy is the guy I was riding with, right? Riding with him in Moab, looking at our friend Daryl's Jeep when probably your front axle. You have more money into your front axle. Wait. Let's see. I'm wording all that wrong. Your Jeep is hands down tenfold more built, right? Like, let's just discuss this. I want to clear this up so everyone else can be in on the joke every time they hear it. I don't care about being made fun of, but basically, our friend Daryl put 1 tons on there, stock 1 tons off of something, right? Super Duty. But you have gone Dynatrax, front and rear. What do you have? 80? What do you have? Yeah, tell us what you got.
Pro Rock 80 in the rear, XD60 front.
What's a XD60?
What's the kind of Dynatrack axle?
XD60 is the new version of like the Pro Rock 60.
Right.
Basically, it's a thicker axle tube.
Oh.
Or I shouldn't say thicker. It's bigger diameter but thinner.
Oh,
so
okay,
it's
yeah,
stronger.
And lighter.
And lighter.
Okay.
It's got a bigger ring and pinion.
Okay.
What is it, like 20-inch?
25.
Oh no, good.
You caught me off guard.
I know it's.
Can't
it's
be
a bad
25.
joke. No.
No, it's they come with the
9 to
new
10.
They come with the new ends, the aluminum
Yeah,
ends for
the
better
knuckles.
steering. But I didn't get that. I just opted for the standard.
Oh,
So my
did-
turning radius kind of sucks. But
I heard that. Me too.
Yeah, it's in the video where we're like, go left, go left, go left. You're like, are you turning left?
yeah, I'm trying.
Right. That's all I got, Captain.
but your axles are badass.
Yeah, 40 spline in the
40,
back.
40 in the rear, 35 in the front. Yeah.
Wow.
I've got no complaints. I've never taken the shafts out yet,
Right.
and I don't think I need to. They're just
It's like, let's see if we can put this into perspective. So I'm riding in a guy's trophy truck, right? And I'm looking at a guy's mini off-road racer.
No,
tight.
Tyler's 4Runner.
Okay.
You're in a trophy truck and you're looking at Tyler's 4Runner.
Tyler's 4Runner, right? But he has brand new Pitbull rockers on it.
Okay.
So it looks fucking bad.
Yeah.
And I'm riding in a trophy truck going, how awesome. That thing's the most built rig in our entire group.
I wouldn't say that.
While I was riding with you.
So I was like, yeah, it is nice.
Right. But the picture I put of my grandkid on there going, this is how I feel about Daryl's Jeep.
Yeah.
That was top notch. Because he was
I
so
mean,
excited.
Daryl's Jeep is badass.
Looks badass.
It looks badass and it flexes incredible. Yeah.
You know what, though? I'll tell you what. On that, it's like the first or second obstacle of the Day 3 Moab video that just came out. If you watch when he first bumps that thing, he slams so freaking hard on that bump. Dude.
Yeah.
I was
Like the belly or what? What's
No,
No,
the,
it didn't hit the belly, but it was not a Moab bump. Like it
like
was.
it was like a suspension suck weird. Like
Dude,
like
just go watch it. It just slams down.
I watched it.
Well, go watch it again now with some new information.
Yeah, it was.
And watch it on a different computer or TV so we can get another view.
I only
So,
got-
It was cool. Yeah.
but it jammed down. No, it's hard. And where yours didn't do that, it jammed up. It like went up. But
Well, I think he got like more of a head start and gave it more oomph. Whereas when I hit it, I kind of hit it and it just bounced a little bit, and then I was like,
because that's kind of what the guy in the yellow one did, Mike Nielsen.
he wasn't giving it quite enough. Yeah.
in
He was the
beginning.
one that kept chirping on the bottom, right? And it like even stood up a little bit. Is that
Right.
the same obstacle
Yeah.
we're
Yes.
talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
know.
it's just really weird. Go back and watch. So like the actual Moab bump consists of a throttle into the face, but a coast when you hit the face.
Yeah.
You got to be out of the gas when it hits
For a brief second.
for a split second. Yeah, just to get the weight transferred to the front and then stand back in it. Where I don't think Daryl got off the gas. I think he just stayed in it and it goes.
I think I actually heard that.
wham!
I think I heard that. Even on the top, he's like, "What?"
Dude, it's violent looking, man. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. So-
Airing down definitely helps because that gives you that extra bounce cushion.
Oh, you air
Yeah.
down, huh?
yeah, that was
Just
crazy.
a
Yeah,
little.
I couldn't believe how while we're on the air down subject for 2 seconds, I was at 9 psi the other day when we were out
It's
there.
too high.
That
With
shit
V-Box,
it didn't even squish on those rocks.
You can pretty much go to 9 with regular
Yeah.
wheels.
Dude, I should be at least 5. And then Brian Gabriel, you know who that is? Gabriel. He's a flat fender guy. He's a freelance writer for JP Magazine, I think. Well, freelance, I guess he could write for any magazine. So no, he had mentioned that maybe the gauges were off. You know what I mean? Just you don't know if that gauge says 9. You still got to go by visual, but maybe get a better, try a couple different gauges.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about that? What you just said. You guys have that brand new. Is it Morphlate?
Yep.
Yeah.
That kit, which is pretty nice. I've seen it.
Yeah.
And we were filling yours with my tank,
Yeah.
and my gauge is brand new, and so is yours, and they were like 10 psi off.
1
Was it 1?
1
I thought
PSI.
It was 10.
Because then
I had
no,
that.
maybe me and you were 2 psi off. Because Mike was in the middle.
Oh,
I was
that's
like
right.
1 above
That's right.
Mike,
That's right.
or whichever way it went. Mike was supposedly, we'll say Mike was correct, and then I was 1 below and you were 1 above,
Yeah, and he was in the
or
middle.
vice versa.
That's right.
Yeah.
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 So 2.
And that gauge, I don't know if it's good or not, but it was an analog gauge.
Yeah.
But I bought it from a race car shop. You know what I mean? That's supposed to be perfect.
Yeah.
So that they have to be perfect. So
It's not perfect.
no.
Oh,
You
yours
don't
is
think so?
I think yours was right.
really? Why do you think mine?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have that feeling because
Nice.
I've gone through 3 gauges with Power Tank now
Yeah.
in the last
Oh, so yours was
3
just a new power tank gauge.
3 months. Yeah. So obviously
What gauge were you using?
the
The
more
one that, the one that you
Okay.
could buy with the kit from Snail Trail.
Okay, but which one were you using?
I had 2 analog gauges
Yeah.
from Power Tank with like that liquid whatever is in it,
Yep.
And both of them broke
Right.
within like 2 months. So I called the guy and they were super cool. I mean, I was shocked. He was like, I'm going to warranty it, and I'll just send you a digital one since you've been having so many problems. I was like, cool.
Is that an upgraded model to get a digital versus like the needle?
It's like twice as much. I
that
guess,
Brian Gabriel said the digital one would be more accurate as well.
Oh wow.
But I used the
mine's digital.
I was letting it out with the Morphlate, and then I took the gauge off the Morphlate, and then I tested it on the tire, and it said 28. It was when I was airing up, and then when I put it on with my analog gauge, it also said 28. So both those two gauges matched.
Interesting.
That's why I figured I was right.
Nice.
Because two's better than one.
But I'm using that same one as you, and it was a pound lower.
But
and
your
it's
gauge versus my gauge,
yeah,
I want to like I could see on a digital one. Like I used to carry one on my Harley all the time, and the battery would go dead, and it would start reading all kinds of random stuff. You know what I mean?
I wonder if the CO2 when it gets like really cold,
I wonder
that
if
affects it and throws it
I
off.
was worried the first time I used it because it goes into like an error mode. But Tyler cleared that up for us and said it shouldn't be an issue.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you while we're on the Morphlate too, being able to stand there and not bend over. I hate bending over because my job I bend over
100
all the time.
times.
Yeah, dude. To sit there and just toggle that little valve and test it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
I did figure out when you're feeling it. I watched the gauge because, like you said, it spikes.
Yeah.
But on my CO2, it didn't spike crazy because it's only 125.
Oh.
So it spiked up, but it was in like the 50s or whatever. No, not even 50s. When it would go up as it filled up, it'd go up, obviously. So when it hit 42 was exact. Then I shut it off and it would register 28. So wide open at 42 made everything 28.
I think that'll be different between a full CO2 tank and an almost and maybe a half CO2 tank or wherever it's at.
Right. So while we're all on the same thing, there's all kinds of stuff. The CO2 tank stuff. So because I want to go over while we're on the Morphlate thing, let's go over the problems that I had with it. Right.
Yeah.
I didn't pull the collar all the way down, so I didn't get one of them all the way seated onto the tire thing. So that tire didn't deflate all the way. It stayed at 25. The other one deflated, but then I had to go back and do that. And then filling it up, I did the same. No. Filling it up was fine, but I pulled the collar down and didn't close it and then threw it in the dirt. And then the damn thing was covered in dirt, and I had to clean up all the dirt because now the thing. So you want to make sure if you guys have one, you want to make sure that you pull the collar down, get it fully seated because it has these 3 prong things that hook in onto the valve stem. So when you pull the collar down, they come out, you hook it on, and then you push the collar back up and shoves them in. And then same thing, when you pull it out, before you throw it in the dirt, close that thing.
Here's a suggestion. When you take them all off and wrap it up, but leave it hooked up, can you just turn it on real quick and blast air through it to clean out?
Nope. It's sealed. So the second you disconnect it from a tire, all 3 other tires, and as long as the check valve is off, it will hold air in that system. So it won't just start blowing the pressure from the other 3 tires out. It's the second you disconnect, no matter what that slider on the valve stem piece is doing, it's sealed.
Yeah, each jock shuts off, and then you have the ball valve at the bottom.
Okay.
So if you have them hooked up and you have the ball valve open, you're letting air back out. If you have it closed, it's still under pressure the whole time.
Gotcha.
So.
That's what it was, a ball valve, not a check valve.
But you could shut it, pop everything off, and then you'd have a last bit of, but it'd only come out the rear end, off that.
Right.
So that wouldn't help you. Yeah. But you just got to be aware of keeping it out of the dirt because if you have them open, it is going to get dirt in it.
I mean, I definitely will say that just after seeing it in action twice,
at least.
I mean, the compressor, because I hooked it up to my compressor, they just run so much. The noise it makes is different.
Way less.
It sounds smooth.
It sounds like it's running faster.
Yeah. That's how Steve's was too. It instantly ran like twice as fast. And I think his dual ARB aired up his tires in like right around 5 minutes.
That's where I was at with the CO2. Was literally I hooked it all up and I timed it. It was 5 minutes.
I do like your idea of taking a temp gauge or a probe.
Yeah.
And comparing.
We should do that next
time.
time.
I'll bring it CD.
Cool. Because there'll be plenty of people airing up with dual ARBs.
Yeah. So also on the note of the thing I learned for CO2, so the bottle has a weight on the bottle, and then the CO2 itself weighs however much your bottle is. So I have a 10-pound bottle.
You want me to tell that story?
Yeah.
So I fill my CO2 tank at a place that's called What Ails Ya, which is a place that sells beer and fermenting stuff. And I hand the guy my tank, and normally what he does is he puts it on the scale. You're laughing at me.
It's like, damn, you drink a lot, bro.
Such a boneheaded move, right? We've all done it. So I take it to him. He puts it on the scale. He looks over at me and he goes, "Can you come here, sir?" And I said, "Sure."
He's all stupid. Hey,
right?
come here, stupid.
He's
Good
like,
thing you're not in New York.
He's like, "This thing is like 3/4 full, you know." And I'm like, how can you tell? And he's like, see this right here? And he starts showing me. And I guess every bottle has a thing engraved at the top. It says TW.
Okay.
And then a number. So what that stands for is tear weight. And that's what the tank weighs empty.
Nice.
So
Do you remember your weight for a 10-pound tank?
I think they're all the same. I think it's 14.8.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
That's what mine was,
It
too.
was at 26, I think, is how much was in it.
14, 8, 26. Okay.
Yeah.
So
25 or
you basically had
26.
8 pounds of CO2
Yeah, he
in
was
a
like, something's
10-pound
full.
tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, like, because I bought this tank used after my last onboard air took a crap. So I bought it used, and it had some in there, but you don't know how much it can do.
Did you end up weighing it when you got home on your special scale that weighs pounds?
No. Yeah. I had a
He's not used to that yet. He's still converting
Yeah.
from Germany. so-
Yeah.
Right.
From Germany's?
No, I did the same thing I always Germany's. I still had the same thing I always do, which is have all this list of stuff I need to do before I pull it in the garage, and then I pull it in the garage, and it stays there until
Yeah.
I decide to pull it back out. Damn it.
I know that.
Right. But
Anyway, so the reason it was kind of stupid was because the previous weekend I tried to use the tank.
Yeah.
And
And you thought you were out.
I thought it was out of air. This is so stupid. And I didn't open the top.
what I'm curious, though, is you had to have tried to close the top when it didn't work.
No. What I did was I opened up the regulator, thinking that it was already open. Right.
It's that fancy CO2, fancy
So it's
power
got
tank shit.
it's got a crazy regulator. So I open it wide open, right?
Right.
And I hook it up, and it's like nothing. And I'm
Imagine
sitting
if
there
you
like,
took
what?
your bottle of argon out of your welder because you did the same thing. You're cranking on the regulator like, what the
Holy
hell,
crap.
dude?
They'd probably just sell you a
Boom!
new one. At
Well,
Vern
this
Lewis.
big ass argon tank back. That'd be funny.
But at Vern Lewis, they would just be like, all right.
Yeah, see, if Bert,
Because you can't bring it inside. So there's another guy that like a shop runner that swaps the tanks, and then while you're inside paying.
it's easier too because the power tank's a pain in the ass because you have to wait for it or come back in a few days for it. Where we always will have a swap out.
Yeah, it's
except
instant.
for even the 10-pounders, man. They don't like. I've ran into the Vern Lewis by our house that doesn't have a 10-pounder on hand. And it's
Oh,
like,
shit.
damn, dude.
Yeah, they always have a 20.
Yeah.
That's what I have now is a 20-pound tank.
Yeah, I just don't want that big ass thing in
I know.
the Jeep. It's a monster.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'm actually thinking of buying a big set and just refilling my own at home.
Yeah.
Because I like
Just
my,
always bring a full 10-pound tank. That'd be sweet as
yeah.
fuck.
Because my kid had the tool to fill up his paintball guns, you know.
Yeah.
And so it's not. I'm sure that there's something that we could fill one with the other and just buy a big ass bottle out of
Like you're a huge from your torches.
Yeah,
Like a bottle
exactly.
that size. It's like a 6-foot bottle or something.
Yeah, exactly. Then all my friends will be over.
Yeah,
Hey
let me get
man,
some
can I borrow
CO2?
some CO2?
I think Power Tank sells that stuff, but if I'm not mistaken, it was like $2,000. Or
Whoa.
something to transfer. I could be wrong, but
Mike's cool with that.
I made a huge mistake on the bills this month. Anyways, it was a $900 mistake this morning, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
You just didn't
and
pay
nobody to yell at but myself.
No. That's good though.
Well, what happened was so like one of the bills is in my wife's name, you know, and somewhere in there it got switched to online billing and not online, but no more papered things. They might have sent a note, but I don't get the emails from that account, and it's out of sight, out of mind, and I missed it. And she's like, "Dude, are you gonna pay this bill?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what are you talking about? All the bills are paid." She's like, "No, this one." And then I was like, "Oh my god, I totally forgot about that bill." I'm like, "Wait, I haven't seen a bill for that in months, dude." So she's like, "We'll pay it." So I go, "Have you been
It's paperless billing.
paperless?" Yeah.
Yep.
So anyways, I go and look. I'm like, "Well, how bad could it be?" I opened it up. It's like 9:16. I was like, "Oh my god," you know. That sucked because I'm going to SEMA, and this kind of like took my SEMA money.
are you really going to SEMA?
Mhm.
That's cool.
Did you want to go?
I've been trying to go for like 5 years, dude.
You got an in?
Yeah. Yeah, the Mike and Max Off-Road Podcast, bro.
No
I'm an
kidding.
on-host personality.
We're
dude.
media.
Damn.
I am
Media.
media. I actually applied for a media tag, even got a permit to bring the cameras, and
Good for you.
yeah, I'm stoked, dude. I've tried with other folks and never got in, but this is it. So I'm going to bring us up-to-date content.
It's usually first of the year, right? January, March, February.
Oh,
somewhere?
it's next month.
Is it really?
First week of next month.
Wow. Good for you.
Right.
Yeah, I think it starts October
In
31st.
fact, I'm hooking up with the Snail Trail guys and Will and Wine Whiskey
Nice.
dudes and Bella Jeep Girl.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, right?
And I think me and you already talked about in the chat that the guy that has that BDS Liberty, he reached out to me and he just bashed the door in, ripped out the headliner, and he says it's ready for SEMA now.
Dude, did you see Jeepster
'Cause they wheel
McJeep
it.
Face? The guy, Marvin from Flex Rocks and Rollovers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He just
The red
completely
one.
had his Jeep all redone, and he's starting here today. Yeah, it would have been today or tomorrow. He's starting here, and they're wheeling to SEMA the whole way.
No, I have been seeing
That
the
would be
hashtag photos like
Road to SEMA.
the trail to SEMA.
Trail
or
to SEMA, yeah.
That would be cool.
And he's going to be in SEMA, so
Nice.
I'm going to see how many cars I can set in. So actually, I was watching some old Fred, Fred every day. No, Dirt Every Day. God damn it. I get it one day. Fred Williams from Dirt Every Day. I was watching some of his old walk around videos. I'm just going to copy some of what he did.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Be like, here's what I saw. It's cool. Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And then hopefully I'll be able to get at least a couple of videos out of it. You know?
Nice.
That'd be awesome.
I am.
Just to see all the new stuff, I think would be so cool.
I
Dude.
don't know if you can see everything in like a day or two.
That's what.
No
Well,
way.
I'll be there for
big.
5 days.
Yeah.
So the I did get, now that I'm registered, they started sending me like emails and stuff. You know, so they're like, you can come to this special event and we'll show you the cars pre-opening of all the stuff that's hot on the out there today. You know, and
Dude, that's sick. Man.
it should be really cool. So hopefully I can get some really good stuff. I know the other guys aren't coming until like Tuesday or Monday, late Monday night. But I think I'm gonna go out Saturday or Sunday, and then try to get in on some of that media stuff only. You know what I mean?
Badass.
That'll be sweet.
Yeah,
Where
that's
you
the
gonna,
plan.
where are you gonna stay those days? Do you have something figured out?
I'm like you said, I'm probably either gonna camp. You know,
Yeah.
find somewhere to camp. I know that sounds ridiculous, but
I don't think so. That was my idea,
yeah,
so I don't think it sounds ridiculous.
cheap
Dude,
ass.
there's a bunch of stuff right outside of town.
but
Dude, there's like rivers and lakes and
Yeah.
mountain ranges and
how far is like Bullhead City? Is that really
yeah,
far?
it's 36.7 miles. There's 3 lights, a Whataburger, and I have no clue.
awesome. Well,
That was.
I do have family.
Very informative.
I know. I was totally writing it down, man.
Nah, I don't know.
Dude, but if you're gonna go, like I hooked up with those other guys, and we got a really nice house with a pool and hot tub and 5 bedrooms, and we're gonna party. And these dudes are, I don't know if they're chefs, but the guy emailed, I think his email was chef something, and then he's like, "Here's what we do. We're gonna get you a list. We're gonna get all the spices we're gonna need. We'll split all the dough, you know." And I was like,
That's
"This is
sweet.
gonna be a good
Yeah.
time, dude."
Damn.
Well, you know, Chef from South Park wasn't a real chef, and his name is Chef, so it can be deceiving. You'll have to report back once you find out.
I'm sure that they're gonna cook good, dude. When they say we're gonna eat like kings,
Yeah.
I
You might
kinda
get some
believe them.
chocolate salty balls.
I was trying to remember. I was trying to remember which one it is. I was like, "Hey, kids," or however he says in the background, like, right.
Let me lay you down by the fire.
Oh, he's got the whole song. I haven't watched South Park in a long time.
Let's just watch him sing it.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Go for it, bro.
Can you
Is
do
this
like
American Idol?
Can you do like a Mr. Hank? Can you do any impressions from South Park? Like
Hidey ho. That's all I got.
Is that Tally or Hanky? Or wait,
Oh.
I don't know.
I think it's the
poop?
same guy.
You want to get high?
Mr. Hanky is the poo.
Oh, okay.
I think they're the same.
Yeah, Towley, and I think Towley and well, I think there's only so many people that do all the voices.
Like 2 or 3 guys. Yeah.
I'm
That's
pretty sure.
ridiculous.
There's a cool documentary on South Park.
Yeah. So actually, there really is. Anyways, let's move on from that.
Yeah,
If you want to
wasn't-
see it, go to Netflix.
I wasn't lying.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Should we get into the final journey out to Harquahala?
Yeah.
Well, it's not the final journey, but it's the final leg of the trip. And
Yep.
now we'll just be repeating.
Where I
Sort
became a
of.
man and decided to take the helm of the boat and climb that big rock
Yeah.
for 6 minutes.
He did, man.
It wasn't just a rock. It was like the side of a mountain made out of rock, ledges.
Yeah, you could have easily drove right by that and never noticed it.
Yeah.
But then I saw it and I was like, something
You saw it, so you had to claim it.
just wanted me to climb it. And I was on this
Dude, it might-
awesome pedestal.
It might have been Jesus.
I was at the top of the pedestal, bro. The top of the pedestal is King standing up there. I could feel the wind blowing in my hair, across my chest. And then you go and show me up with a fucking
that-
book right up it. Don't even. You're
But
probably
hang
in
on.
second gear.
You know when
Don't even make a turn.
you know when
Two-wheel
you're
drive,
profusely you know when you're profusely sweating, how like a light breeze feels super cool. So,
Dude, when I got out of the Jeep, literally I
Dude, I
felt
know.
drips of sweat coming off
Yeah.
my forehead because I was so spooked, right?
when I left you at the top, you had like a solid glaze going.
Dude,
It
yeah, I was
it was good.
115 degrees up there.
The best was he's like, I guess I'm fully committed now.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I leaned back, and I wasn't even that high yet. But I knew, I looked back and I was like, well, I know I'm not backing down that. So,
Yeah, that was at the bottom.
yeah, I was way at the
you
bottom.
you had an issue right away at the not an issue, but it was,
He was
it was
freewheeling.
challenging.
It was
right
my
at the
brain.
bottom.
It was just my brain. Because I never, that one time where the tire was coming up, but a little bit more throttle and it settled back down. But it's like, I hear you saying, it was funny in the video because I listened to the video, and you go, I'm going to go give him some mental support.
He did say that.
Well, otherwise I probably wouldn't have done it, dude. Like, You know, so there was an error at the top where my initial line of where I wanted to go at the very top was
It
to
just
straddle that
it
crack.
didn't work.
It just was not right. It would have been fine if my rear didn't go in that big hole, but I didn't realize how big that hole was until we got up there with the Jeep.
I don't remember your rear making it. I thought the front went into the hole. No, because you did kind of straddle
No,
it.
the front went in,
Yeah.
and it dips hard, and then
Yeah.
gets up on the rock. But my rear was going in
Yes,
there, and I
yes.
would have been in some serious trouble had I kept going.
Yep.
And it is really crazy. So here's some tips too, some more tips for everybody out there that's either new or pushing the edge of their wheeling abilities.
Yeah.
Is for the spotter and for the driver. So when I was out there, I had a visualization of what I was seeing and what I tried to remember, right? But I wasn't really listening to instructions. So what I was trying to do,
I know. But I rolled with it.
but it's good. So instead of becoming demanding and being like,
Yeah.
dude, do this, do that, because
Yeah.
I also know if I go in that hole, I'm gonna be screwed. And you also know, like, hey, I'm in too deep right now to make a lot of moves. Like you even said like, well, you're kind of committed to this line now.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Well, I don't think what most people saw in the video was at the very top on the left. There's this V notch that I think you wanted to straddle.
I was trying to straddle, yeah.
And it was when he first walked up there to look at it. He went into the V notch, and it was as tall as he was.
Uh-huh.
It was like 6 feet deep.
Uh-huh.
It's a really big notch. And then to the right where we ended up going is a really sharp-faced ledge that's a little off camber. So I was...
It's
the
weird,
V-
like the rock is sloped downhill, so like
Yeah.
everything is trying to slide you off.
Right. So if I could have got to the V notch, the body would have stayed level the whole time if I got up on it. That's why I was trying to go that route first. But the slope was clearly the right line, was all the way to the right of the V notch. It was wide enough to hold us, but and ended up being the line. But it's funny because, again, this boils down to your own Jeep better than a spotter does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I was doing in my head is almost like math, but I was more or less asking, what's that tire doing? What's this tire doing? What's it? So I could get a visual of what's going on and combine it with what I'm feeling.
It's like
right?
doing math without numbers.
Right, but I'm feeling the Jeep and I'm knowing the Jeep, and I know
Yeah.
like that damn rear tire would have to drop 2 feet. The front's way up there. I know my Jeep's going to lift the tire super easy. I already know it's going to go in the air. Then I'm in a real position, and with nobody at the top to be able to winch to or hook
Yeah.
to for safety yet, I was kind of spooked, So I was like, better safe. I'll just play around. And then,
I think it was at that point where you did utter the words, "This doesn't feel good."
yeah, I think I did, right? So,
don't know.
but that's why I really wasn't paying attention. You're like, well, let's just try it. It's not like we're going to go in here fast. And I'm like, I didn't even hear that part yet until the video later,
Yeah.
But I had heard, what I already knew I wasn't going to put my tire in there because I already knew that was going to end bad. But what should have happened if I wanted that line, I should have hugged that edge more and turned into it a lot later. You know what I mean? And I probably could still get on that line.
Or even earlier, you could have gone almost
before.
drag the center of the Jeep over that hole. Not drag, but like position it over that hole.
Well, that's what I mean
entirely.
by making that turn into the crack later. I would have rode
later.
the edge further, higher like this, because I would have had to.
I don't know how you would have gotten your driver rear to get on that left.
I don't think so either. But what we might have been able to do is not hit that and go up the crack,
Yeah.
and then and put the whole hole to the left of the driver. But so then backing up, then you're like back up, and I back up 1 inch.
I know.
And you're like, dude, you only went an inch. But I already knew I could make the edge. I could make the
Oh,
turn.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh, but at that point, we were talking about totally different lines. Also, I believe.
Yeah, well, yeah. So there was a part where you said, "Well, why don't you go over there?" And then I thought, "Okay, I'll back up." And I was already on this line, so I backed up a little more to see if I could scoot over a little more. And I tried to do that same line again. That's where you had said, we thought we were going over here, and then I went back into the same hole. But then I realized it, so then I backed back up. But then as I was backing up to do the other line, as soon as I only backed up, it's funny because you're like, you got a foot or an inch or whatever. But it looked so freaking steep from up there.
Yeah.
And, you're still on a clutch. You know what I mean? My leg at that point was shaking because I had sat for so long. I was shaking on the clutch. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, on your face like this.
yeah. So the whole thing, it's just you don't know if you're going to make it still. You know what I mean? It's still all up in the air. But I never lost control. The tires never lifted off the ground. And then, so I was backing up to the edge, and I was like, I'm not backing up anymore if I don't need to, because you're like, get a good square on that. And I'm like, I know I could ride that edge already. I can make that turn. And then it just walked over. And then at the very end of that son of a, I picked the wrong side of the rock to go to, and then dicked around up there like.
Wait, me and Chris were wondering too. Like, I was like, I left him because I thought it looked so easy to get out, you know? And then, dude, you were like sideways one time. You backed up and like,
well, what
you were doing all these lines.
Well, what happened was it was this beautiful to the right, you know what I mean? But the tree was there, and I didn't fit around that big rock, right? There was that one rock in the middle. I didn't fit around the rock. So my driver's tire went up on the rock, and then when I dropped over, the tire, it hit the rocker, and the whole tire's off the ground. And you know what I mean? It was like dragging on the rocker, and I'm like, God damn. So
I'm fairly certain you moved it for us. Too,
I did.
which
so
I appreciate.
When I was backing up, I tried to go up to the left, and then it did the same thing. I couldn't get high enough to the left. But while you're doing this whole back in and out, 20-point turns, because that huge crack was right there still, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to avoid the crack, and I got myself screwed a few times to where I got up on the rock, and I'm like, I'm just going to have to go over this rock. And then I just plowed back into the rock, and it did. When I was on there, the rock broke away, and then it went down flat.
You broke the rock?
Yeah. And then it fell. Basically, we were climbing out where the road would run off down into this river.
Yeah.
So
it was cool.
Yeah. And it was a good, easy 40 feet.
I bet you there's some good lines on that obstacle. Like, I think you could go far left for like, if you want to, like, let's say you're in a real buggy. I bet you could make that as almost as challenging as you wanted.
Yeah. And it was a huge rock. Yeah. I can't wait to go out there with somebody else and be like, yeah, that's the exit. They're like,
no,
get the hell out of here.
And we got to take it.
Yeah.
Because it really is the exit.
Yeah, it really is. It's the last exit. But just to see somebody like, you're kidding, right? Like, there's no way we're going up that.
I did it.
Yeah.
And you were pretty hesitant.
Yeah, I was.
And I think we told you, like, dude, you have to know what you want, because not even 50 to 100 feet behind us, there was like a normal exit.
Nice road out. Yeah.
Like, I mean.
Well, what you don't see in the video, it's hard to get perspective. It literally is like 40 feet up in the air in a short climb.
Yeah. And there's nobody there.
With
Like, it's all
and
a giant rock.
And I mean, it's just gnarly.
But it was gripped really good. And did you go up? Was that as slow as you went up, Max? Is that as slow as you could go, or were you in like second gear?
No, I was in first, but I was like pretty good in the RPMs.
Yeah. Was it because?
Oops.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how fast you went. It didn't even spit. You just literally went in a straight line. And on you, when you went up, you can hear him say, "You don't even need to steer."
It's a little more momentum. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I challenge you guys to take my line next time, and I'll take your line next time.
Yeah. And someone's got to take the far left. Chris.
You. Or one of us.
Wasn't there a part of it where it didn't go straight, but it went this way, and there was some other gnarly shit at the top?
I don't know.
Well, it all V's to the top.
To that one hole.
There's only one exit at the top, but the climb is like 50 feet wide, where you could choose kind of some lines.
And it's like a double step. Yeah. There was like that double step. Because once I got up, when I said like, I think I'm committed now, like it had flattened out.
You were like halfway at that point.
And my heart stopped. You know what I mean? Like, not stopped, but it calmed down.
The sketchiest part for you was the very beginning.
Yeah, with the
honestly, because like you were three-wheeling, it was trying to find your line, but once you got over that,
I think the top. I think Mike was more stressed out on the top, because you're not like the bottom. Okay, maybe it'll lift, it'll tip. Worst case, the top. If you mess up,
it's a two-roll to the bottom, dude.
You're tumbling
going
down.
over twice.
I'll be honest with you, I did back the Jeep up.
Did you? It's like, right, that's about how far it would have went, dude. Like,
I didn't know if you were going to come tumbling backwards.
Yeah, and that momentum. I mean, it's unpredictable. Like, none of us have experience with how far a Jeep tumbles when it goes.
And it probably, I would have said it would have done at least a roll and a half before it made it to the bottom. A full barrel.
Did you not notice me do that?
No, hell no, dude. I was so coned in on what I was looking at.
I moved forward because Max was behind me, so he could get past to do it. And then when he got past me, I backed up. I was like,
that's funny.
That's good. But now at the very beginning, like you said, it was more mental at the beginning until I got to the top, until I got to the point in my brain where there was no return. Then it started to get focused on like just relax, calm, and try to do it. But what was really cool, and this is how awesome that gearing is, and if you watch the whole video, watch my brake lights. And you can even hear the brakes squealing. I'm idling through the brakes up that hill. I never even touched the gas.
Wow,
that's awesome.
And you were riding the brakes to slow it down?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because again, before I was so used to, you're on the gas and the brakes trying to keep it from dying, you know, and you're like boom, boom, boom. But
that's where I'm at.
But if it doesn't make it or starts to chug or a wheel lifts, there's a moment where you got to commit and you go from the brake and the gas to the gas and the brake, or the clutch and the brake, and you roll back for a split second, dude, and it's heart pounding. You know what I mean? And what sucks is when you're like that, sometimes you'll bail out. Like it might lift the tire, and settle back down. But it lifts, and you don't know. Your brain sort of triggers and goes, "Whoop, fuck that." You know what I mean? And goes to the other side.
I've never had a Jeep that doesn't settle back down though. But they've all been longer wheelbases too.
Yeah.
Like I think Anaconda's a good example, like where you just like are straight up and down, like you in that waterfall, and it always settles. You know.
I'll tell you, with the coils on the back, the whole Jeep acts different now. It didn't. Yeah. It's totally different. So I'm like relearning it. That front tire comes up so fast, and it feels really not good. Where on the springs,
but the back is planted.
Yeah, but on the leaf springs, I was I could feel it. I was used to it, and I kind of knew what it was doing. So it's got to take another learning curve of how high I can get that tire. Because on that first waterfall, shit, that tire was barely even in the air, and it felt to me like I was going over backwards. You know what I mean? So you watch the video again. I need to push it. I need to get it up and see what it'll do.
You need to see if Fred Perry will ship you a set of those balls.
Those balls.
Big old balls.
Wow.
Hold on. That's still fucking.
That was good.
That was awesome.
Big old balls.
Because we told that story on here, so real fans would know it.
Right.
If you listen to the camera footage, when you handed me the camera, remember, and you're like, I got to give him some emotional support. I'll be right back. Can you take this? I was like, sure. And I'm filming, and I go, dude, that's balls of steel right there.
Yeah, I heard that.
I said it like 2 or 3 times.
I showed that to my wife. She was like, I'm so proud of you. Let's go in the bed.
It was a feat. I mean, you said it. You felt like you really accomplished something.
Yeah, I felt great for that 5 minutes until Max went up. I felt like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's just like,
he took it right from me. You should have just stayed at the bottom, bro.
That was my first gear, though.
Yeah.
I'm 99% confident.
Watch how fast you go up that. That's how fast I went into that.
That's how fast my first gear is.
That's how I went into that crack that one time. Because I was even lower than that. Or higher the gear. You were at 85?
Yeah.
And I was at 59. And I went into that.
159.
No. When I went into that one on Highway to Hell, and you're like, why are you coming in here so fast?
Yep.
That was a 59 to your 85. And look how fast you go up that thing.
I know. Yeah, I agree. You got to be in the if you're a manual, you got to be up in like the 120s, 130s, 140s.
Right.
That's the ideal crawl.
So then after that, I got outvoted.
Go ahead.
So
you got outnumbered?
Yeah, I got outnumbered.
What do you mean?
Remember when we sat down to lunch? We were
Remember?
Okay. So the whole reason we were there was because Max was like, "Hey, this wash looks really cool. I've done the Harquahala trail up to the top, and
it's all the guy's been talking about for a month.
Yeah, you can see down. I mean, he's just like drooling Harquahala. It's like bleeding out of his pores and stuff. So we're like, okay, we'll go.
That's good.
So
and we've made like several trips.
You've been out there 3 times. I've been out there once.
So we were out there exploring, and the cool thing, the thing I noticed right off rip was there was no tire tracks through the whole thing, which was cool. So anyway, before we got to that hill that we were talking about, we sat and had lunch, and there was a vote.
At lunch.
Oh, the vote.
Where we flipped the rock.
Yeah.
With your scratch.
Cheeto dust or dirt? What side of the rock is gonna? What side of the rock is
Note
gonna
to self:
land?
bring a real coin.
Seriously.
Let's flip this rock.
That's how poor we are.
Yeah, but you're right. Our toss up was head to the top of the mountain. It's like a 40-minute demanding drive, or wheel the wash some more.
Right.
So we didn't have a coin, and we voted. Mike and I voted with 2 hands. You only had 1, so it was 4-1, and we won.
Yeah.
We had the majority vote.
I look at it like this. I'm very religious, and I believe God intervened and gave us best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Because none of us could have predicted what happened.
True.
And we got we got to wheel the wash because somehow you pushed us into the wash, even though we voted to go to the top.
In the end, I knew there was a couple more exits close by, so I think I said, let's just hit those exits. And we passed the first one, which was like a regular exit, and then right after that, you found that big climb, and then we spent like a good, let's say, an hour there.
And after the climb, I literally felt like I did a mic drop. Like I was like, "That's it, I'm done. I don't, you know what I mean? I'm okay with it."
It was like Rocky. Remember the movie?
I really
Rocky
was
at the top of the stairs when he was like had his hands in the
air. Except for, again, with you guys following up the easy line after I showed y'all. Like that thing was so intense to me, and you fucking guys walked up in less than a minute. It would be like if Rocky runs to the top, and he turns, twists his ankle on the top step, and falls to the bottom. That's what it was like. I couldn't make the fight.
But there was like a whole another 2 miles of wash left.
Yeah,
we still haven't.
There's more. There's a lot. Yeah,
dude, and it looked rough.
And it looked rough.
Oh my god! But there's definitely no exit because I watched for an exit the whole way, and there's not another exit out of there.
So the next time we go, we'll enter in. We're like one of the latest entrances that we can get.
I look back when we got to that. It's a definite Y. You can see a beautiful road where you have to go left to go to the top.
Yeah.
And the road crosses. So we'll know easily going
Nice.
right here. And within 5 feet or 50 yards, we should see the waterfall. And then we can keep going.
One thing I think is really cool about you guys, shameless plug, is
Oh.
a lot of guys when they find a new trail, because this is pretty much a new trail, they always like put it in their pocket and they're like, I don't want to tell nobody.
Nah.
That would have been me.
I don't want.
I got
all
nothing
this,
to
I don't
hide.
want a bunch of wheelers on
Yeah.
this trail.
You're right, though. It's too far.
And
Nobody's
you
gonna go
guys
out
are
there.
like just like, hey man, check this thing out. It's
Mhm.
really cool. And
Well, so I post, or we all post photos about it, and if people ask, it's a full-on legit wash to wheel.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
It's
not,
clearly you can wash
It's not.
it in
It's
water.
not like it's not illegal. It's not anything. So like
right.
our other guest Richard wanted to go. Like several times now, I've had to answer several texts, and I told him all the info, and
Dude.
but he keeps bailing. I don't know what his deal is.
I tried to be.
Maybe he can comment below.
Maybe he didn't go Tuesday. Oh.
He said everyone bails on him.
Oh, I sent him as much info as I could, I luckily knew we met at the gas station at 7:30.
Yeah.
And I remember walking in my house and looking at the stove and giving the dogs a treat, and it was 5:30.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Hey, we left at 7:30.
That's a
We
long
got back
day.
at 5:30." And I told him, "That's 3 Jeeps, 0 issues,
Yeah.
about a half an hour to 40 minutes for lunch, and we hung out at the top about 20 minutes."
Yeah.
So,
Which was too short.
which
Chris.
is he was scared.
Yeah.
He
Were you still in the fear poop?
He creeped over on
and,
this.
well, the elevation and a fear poop, dude. That's
He came over and
dangerous.
said, "Hey man, I just want to say, dude, I'm
I had
really
a
sorry
fear
for being
and
up
a
there."
fiber shit when I got home.
Wow.
I'm just
when you
saying.
when you guys were parked up on that rocky cliff, that rock next to the
We didn't leave room for Chris.
yeah. Well, I knew he wasn't going to go up there.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
He was gonna stay. He was gonna stay in the high 5,000s. He
Maybe
wasn't
Fred
about to.
Perry could send you some balls.
Oh, nice.
Damn.
That was a good one.
Stole
Hey,
your-
man.
Ding. Oh,
Hey.
I was doing like a. I was doing a thing. Yeah, one-handed.
I could tell the Moab Rim
Da-ding.
story about 200 feet, but yeah.
200, 800. We all know that one. I'm just,
Yeah,
but
we-
Max said no.
we already
because
covered
we're already
that.
too long. we
Yeah,
got to
we're-
keep
yeah.
moving
We're too
forward. Skip
You
the
and-
Moab
But you and
stuff.
I did talk in all seriousness.
It's only because he wasn't there.
A few
Yeah,
months back,
I'm
we're like,
jealous.
we should do some more exploring.
Yeah.
Because running the same trails are fun,
Yeah.
but after
Boring.
over and over.
And I had taken my mom to that mountaintop, the Harquahala mountaintop, for her birthday. It was like a nice lunch. And on the way down is when I saw that wash, and it was just a boulder, probably right that last area that splits where you can really see the wash well.
Yeah.
That's probably what I saw. And then that's when I started hitting up you guys, and I was like, dude, we
Right.
gotta make a trip out there.
I'll tell you what, though, for anybody who's listening and you, if you ever hear Max's mom is going on a run, you're going to want to go on
Yeah.
that
oh,
run.
she's awesome.
It's the funniest shit ever.
She's
I don't know
awesome.
why she's so funny, dude, but that lady is funny.
She'll I usually put her on the radio, and like she's the navigator, and she'll navigate the whole trip. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll tell her like what's going on, but
We were on that one with Predator. Yeah. And she just, to hear her going, oh, Max, Max, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the funniest shit I ever heard.
Was that the trip that we had to learn a phrase? In
yeah,
German?
yeah.
Yeah.
That there's always no, that was Smasher Canyon, where my mom was, and everyone had to tell her a German phrase, and there was a prize.
Oh,
And if so, my mom would say a phrase in German. Let me think about how this went.
cracking back.
And you had to be able to either repeat it or translate it. I think you just had to be able to repeat it correctly, and then there was a prize for the person that would do it.
Yeah.
It was something along those lines. It was pretty fun.
Dude, I went to this, I don't know if it was a breakfast or something,
Mm-hmm.
and she hands me a prize. And it was like wrapped neat and pretty. And I'm like, why am I getting a prize? What was this about? And she was just like, no, you open it. It's for something, you know, I don't know. She has all these weird rules.
Uh-huh.
I open it up, and it's this really old, shitty tape measure that has like no markings on it anymore. It's so wore out, and it's one of those ones, the little tchotchke
It's
pocket
antique.
one.
It's antique.
Yeah, and she's just staring at me like, "Did you like it? Did you like it?" And I'm
Waiting.
like, "Yeah, it's good after 6 inches." Like,
That's
you
awesome.
can't see anything below. I still have it though.
Yeah.
So
It's an extra tape
maybe I'll
measure.
bring that to the white Christmas party.
Damn.
Or no, wait, it's not
It's
white.
not-
It's
White,
not-
white elephant.
white elephant.
Did we decide if
No
it's-
people there, but whites.
is it
Oh.
Jeep related prizes or no?
No,
I think they said no Jeeps.
it's funner when you don't. No, it's not no Jeeps. It just doesn't have to be Jeep related.
Oh.
It's funny.
You said it's funner when it's not Jeep related?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, but then go hang out with your non-Jeep friends. They do
The-
that. They do the same thing.
the point of it is,
I
the
know.
point of that is, it's supposed to be a gift you don't want, and the
Mm-hmm.
funny part is you get stuck with the gift you don't want.
Right. You
right?
got to get another gag box this year.
Yeah,
Dude.
those are good. Huh?
Yeah.
You ended up with that
Yeah,
one, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember what it was?
Disgusting earwax thing.
Yeah, it was an earwax removal kit or something.
But wasn't it an earwax removal kit to make chapstick? Or wasn't it something?
No, to make candles.
Candles.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it was an earwax candle kit. So you drip for hours, and to make a candle
That's so disgusting, dude.
on Amazon, man, they got the best. Like $5, they got the best gift
Yeah.
box Like
That came from the Onion, though.
Oh.
The Onion website.
Did you just?
Yeah, I just hymed it. No, I didn't burp. Did you smell it? You smell your mom's fingers?
No. What?
Yeah, why would we suck it on your mom's fingers? Let's clear this up for those people that aren't watching.
There was
this.
There's Halloween snacks.
Your mom showed up as Peg Bundy.
This is the truth.
Dude, it's absolutely right. She nailed it perfect. All she
Yeah.
needed was spandex.
Yeah.
And the
You should have taken a picture so you could show.
I know, right? So maybe text your mom and have her get us a fucking picture of herself. Anyways, so she cooked. She took hot dogs and made them look like fingers, and then she made us a whole bunch.
Yeah,
of
she
finger
like
prints.
shaved
a
the
fingernail.
top of one end to look like a fingernail, and then a bunch of slits to show like
Yeah.
where your knuckles.
The
The
knuckles.
skin
It looked like the
creases.
fingernails were taken off.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
dude.
And we ate them all
But
pretty
I
much.
didn't burp that in your face. That's my point of that.
I thought you farted.
No, I did this, and it squeaked.
Oh, funny how it's not doing it now.
I know. Anyways,
CD.
I mean,
collateral damage again.
it is coming up in what, 2 days?
2 days. I
Dun,
got
dun,
in
dun.
the back of my truck. It's 2 tires for my trailer.
Really?
It's cheaper to buy a tire with a rim than it is to put a tire on the rim.
Yeah.
Isn't that stupid?
No.
For the trailer. I go to discount. They tell me a price. And then I go to the trailer store and I'm like, hey, man, you got this size tire? And they're like, only on a rim. I'm like, how much? And it was $15 cheaper
Nice.
with a rim. Now I got a bunch of rims I don't need.
Well, and a bunch less work.
True.
That's nice.
Right. So I just have to dig it out, because for some reason I stack shit
It's
on
buried.
it all the time, man.
Yeah.
I do that so nobody borrows it.
I know you're bringing a trailer.
Do you have a winch on your trailer?
Wrench.
A wrench?
No, but I have a snatch block from
Ooh.
Brennan Metcalf. Check him out at Brennan-garage.com.
Is it hyphen?
It
The
is.
dash is hyphen?
Yeah, because some
Oh.
shitty... What happened? That folded over from the heat or something, huh? I'm fixing a sticker on the grill.
Ta-da.
Yeah, so the Radmigo fell over again. Piece
No,
of
but
shit
he was
sticker.
he posted something on Instagram about being in Cleator.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Turkey Creek. That's a good trail. You ever do it?
Mm-mm.
It's fun when the... No, you can... Turkey Creek's in the Wells book. Yeah. So I just had to cut something out of here, and I jumped Max's ass for it. So, or Angry Chris came out, and the tension in the room got thick, so we had to cut that off. Anyway, thanks. We're just moving forward with this.
Yeah. Can we talk about CD?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, nice.
Okay, cool.
CD predictions, it says on our notes. So I predict we're going to CD.
That's all you predict?
Yeah.
I predict it's going to be a busy traffic jam of a show.
I predict I'll be there.
It is going to be fun and
Ooh.
interesting. You've
Okay.
got some built Jeeps. You've got some Jeeps that are not as built.
Yeah, so hold on. Yeah,
When I mean built, I mean axles. Because on
Yeah.
a trail like that,
I don't have axles. I'm not built.
but you weigh like, what, 4,000 pounds?
Mhm.
I'm definitely lighter than that. Liberty over there.
By 30 pounds.
No way. 100 pounds. What,
okay,
what were you?
100 pounds out of 5,000.
What were you? What,
That's
what did
pretty
you weigh?
much the
What
same.
did you weigh?
Like 55, I think.
However, if we do what you 55, I'm 500 pounds less.
Sure.
I am. I'm 50. You still got it on your chin. I'm 51. You still have water on your chin.
Do you
You
want me to
got
get
some
it?
Shinerbach on your chin.
No, you can leave it there. I mean, it's all right. I'm
Nice.
going to zoom in on it. Oh. Anyway. Well, if you go follow through with your idea, you might be lighter.
No, there are some obstacles in there that without axles you can really get in a situation.
Yeah, I don't think you're bound. Well, I guess you could be bound on that crack.
Mm-hmm.
But the rear, I got a strong rear. My Dana 60 in the back has 35s, and it's okay. It's pretty
Did we
stout.
ever find out if there's multiple groups on the same day trying to run the same
Oh,
trail?
There is. I don't know if they're on the same trail or when they're going to go, but
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
That's code for
that's-
he didn't ask.
That
Oh,
well,
yeah.
why the hell would I ask? Who cares? It's
Because
open
you did.
public.
You said, remember, you're like, hey, I'm going to check with those guys and see.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, cut that out.
I didn't. That's not what I said. I'm going to leave it in there. But it's that's not what I said. No, I know that those groups have plans of going in there. I don't care where they're
To
willing.
CD or just table
Table
mesa?
mesa.
Well, you're not going to a buggy and not go to CD. That's half those buggies guys' favorite run out there.
Oh, is it?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I'm sure they'll hit some of the trails that.
Annihilator and
Yeah.
Die Hard. And
I do want to. I'll tell you what. I would like to go and hike Die Hard. At the
Yeah,
end.
that'd
I
be
want to
cool.
go see it. Dawn.
You down?
yeah,
Are you gonna bring your hiking sandals?
sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nancy said she wiped out at the beginning. I don't know. Or not Nancy.
Chris.
Dana.
No.
Diane.
Diane.
Chris Gilpin.
Brain fart. No, Diane. Remember
Oh.
when those guys went to help that guy?
Oh, you mean like she fell on her ass while she's hiking?
I think she said she fell.
I know that
She said it was really steep.
said the beginning is steep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to go hike it. Dawn said it's like a mile long, but I'm down to hike it.
How many people are in our run, roughly?
Yeah. Who else
Can you
going?
guess?
Who's the least built? We already know is Daryl going? Because
Well, I'm definitely not the most built.
is he the
That's
most
going to be
built?
Daryl. But I'm a close second.
Who's leading?
That's a good
I
question.
think Mike offered.
No, you offered me. But there is somebody who just went. Somebody just texted me, and they said, "Hey, it was Aaron. Aaron said this guy has a buggy. He just did it like last weekend, and he said he would be more. Give him a call. He'd love to go, and he could lead for it. But I meant to ask you guys, and I forgot. That's on me. So can this buggy dude go?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll text him. I'll reach out
More
and
the
say,
merrier.
see if he wants to lead it because he's been through there. He just went through.
It's
I
really-
think we should get like 30 rigs.
Okay, seriously though, back to it. Who's the least built? Who are we worried about in here? And this isn't throwing. Jesus, Chris.
Holy mackerel.
Who's the white elephant now?
I wouldn't say anybody like there's one specific person that's not as built as the rest. I just think that, like I said, with this trail, it's nice it's nice to have axles.
Yeah.
The peace of mind that you get.
Yeah. Well, some of us don't, and we're still going in there.
Yeah, but I have axles and I ripped out something else before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's always
It's not just the axles.
there's
that can
always
break.
other concerns and other and anything can be fatigued, like something so simple like when we did Anaconda and you like tapped your drive shaft on a rock and it fell apart,
Yeah. In half.
like
Cut
in half, literally, like the weld was just gone, like or it split around the weld right on the tube itself.
But
Because
that's,
it was
that's
so
the cool
thin.
thing about our group, though, is
Yeah.
that one guy's got a welder.
Yep.
One guy's got a grinder.
You're bringing your welder, right?
The stick welder.
I
yeah.
definitely got the grinder already prepped. It's already in there.
I've got sheet metal in the Jeep.
On the floorboard. Just don't go upside down, bro. Have that shit cut your head right off. We're driving. Where the hell did I notice that? Back to Moab real quick.
Moab, yeah.
That shit's sitting under my feet, and I'm like, this isn't bolted in here. What is this? And he's like, Steve wanted some steel, so I threw it in there. And all I could think of is just tumbling off of some cliff and having this
Rock
shit
chucker.
shear my
Yeah.
head clean off, dude. I was like,
Quarter inch plate.
I've been commenting on it too every time we go out to Harquahala.
but the cooler was bolted in.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, but the cooler's not spare. The cooler's meant to be there. That's a spare piece,
Hey,
like in case someone
I'm
needs
not trying
it.
to yard sale.
And who's gonna cut slits out of it to weld in? It's like a foot by a foot. Like, what are you gonna weld that to?
So not saying anybody that's here, not saying anybody's not built, right? We got a lot of built Jeeps in there,
We've
and
got-
not saying that they're not built,
Right.
But are we worried of anybody? Like anybody kind of spooked to going in there? Like I'm still spooked because I had not a bad experience, but I got to get over something. I have a fight with this damn trail, so you know what I mean. Like I'm going in there for myself to prove something.
The
So,
two people I'm worried about are Steve and Dennis.
Because the Dana 44s.
No,
Oh,
because
has Steve's done it, hasn't he?
I don't know.
no,
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
Oh.
Because their Jeeps
They're pristine.
they really take care of their Jeeps.
Yeah,
like
that's
they are
true.
washed and waxed and clean.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that Steve put the new windshield on. I keep telling him you should put the old one back on.
And you've got a good shot at body damage.
I don't think anyone's really been through that in like a full body JK without getting a ding.
Yeah, everybody's pillar on their window gets it. That's why I'm saying he's.
No, I don't think I hit my windshield pillar,
You did,
but
though.
I did.
I got dings on the body along the way,
Really?
like the B pillar, I think.
Yeah, but Steve's
Little
Steve's
dings.
armored up. He's not going to worry about his body. I don't see that being an issue, but I definitely see his brand new windshield frame getting dinged up. He should definitely either take it off or put the old one back on.
It's possible for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely put the old one back on. I wonder how many people are going to bail at the last minute or get there and go, this group is too big. I'm not going in there.
We'll find out in 2 days.
Right.
Literally in 2 days. Yeah.
I feel like it's the Super Bowl. I don't know why, dude.
Like the Super Bowl of wheeling.
Yeah, man.
And
Well, for regular people.
and Chris, God love him. He's a
Should we make bets on the like when we all go to air down? Like, should we all throw in $10 on bets and like somebody can walk away with a purse?
For
I don't know what we would bet on, but like
I know I can't drive the whole thing, so I can't bet on that. But
well, then how are you gonna get out?
Well, I'm gonna winch. I know I'll have to winch.
No, but that's okay. Oh, so how about this? The bet is gonna be every time you winch or need assistance, you lose like a portion of the money and it goes into the pot. No, I don't like that either. I'm not.
I really just,
because you would know you are instantly negative on that.
Yeah.
You know, like we'd have to find something funner. You know, like
Well,
I don't know.
There is a chance because I watched Dave Avita's. His was a 103-inch wheel buggy, but he had stickies and water in the front, and he drove everything. Right, so
and he probably weighs 2,000 pounds less.
Right,
that's huge.
The one that I'm worried about, Diane drove, and she's at 98 inches, so I should be okay.
Oh, Don, yeah.
No, is Don going?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Oh, two-door Don, little stomper.
Yeah,
he's got.
He's on 35s, right, or 37?
No, at least
he was
37s.
37s, I thought.
I just know, man, that's not a short wheelbase trail friendly, man, not at all.
Oh, and he's a stock two-door
He's shorter
wheelbase,
than me.
so 98-ish.
I know Huck, when he went in, he said, we don't like anybody in here under 103.
What?
And I'm right at 103.
Yeah, you're
and a quarter.
You're 102.9.
103 and a quarter.
1029.
You're out.
Radio station. I know. I'm
Yeah, huh? KNIX.
I'm going through it, but yeah, I'm taking my windshield off. You know what I mean?
Nice.
That's good.
Just because you can see so much.
Are you gonna
more.
do that Are you gonna do that sideways notch like on your roof again?
Probably. Well, I don't see. I watched through it, and you even got a little air through there. I don't see another way through it. Not without the flex.
I would not take that same line.
That you did?
No, that you did.
Oh yeah.
Were you literally dragging the roof?
On
You
both
don't have a
sides.
roof, but the cage of the Jeep.
On both sides.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and go what you did. I'm gonna rewatch that video tomorrow and then go. I'm gonna literally try to do what you did.
And I think in that area, worst case, you lean the cage against one way or the other. I would just commit.
Yeah, they
And,
sent me right through the center. That
like,
somehow,
dude,
I don't know how.
4 high, 3rd gear.
Yeah.
What?
You forget there's that step before it. I may even go down and back up onto the step to get a better shot at it.
I don't know what the step is.
So you have the V, right? So if you imagine the big ass V. So let's go with the right hand side. First slope V comes down, and then there's about a 2-foot space between the second V that comes down on the left.
Yeah, it's 2 fins of 2 rocks.
Correct.
Yeah.
And they come into a V point like this, one away.
No, I'm familiar with that.
And then before that is a diagonal ledge that sets like this. That's where you get screwed up, is to get on the ledge. You're so twisted up. It's like 3 V's at once.
Yeah.
Unless you can get all the way up onto that ledge.
Dude, I think you're gonna lose your V card finally.
Maybe. Hey, I drove through that.
I know.
I'm just I really hope everybody gets through unscathed.
No
Yeah.
brakes.
Has fun.
Yeah.
You know.
I think my biggest concern is that everyone has like a full body Jeep, and I know most people in our group don't want body damage.
Yeah, but they all know what they're getting into.
No, I know. But I was just that's what I would look out for. You know,
I'd be
the most.
afraid of guys that are just built, like Adam, who's only wheeled once since his Jeep got done. He's now built, but damn, and that thing's nice.
You volunteered to spot him, right, through the whole trail?
Yeah,
Nice.
sure. I'll
Sure.
spot him.
Nice.
Sweet.
I will. I'll spot anybody. You guys have all seen
He's
my
actually
spotting.
he's a good spotter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so the predictions. What's your prediction on CD?
Somebody's gonna eat shit.
Really? Like they're gonna fall or they're gonna
You
damage
think
their
we're
Jeep?
gonna have a major break? Are you bringing what spare parts are you bringing?
A pillow.
What are you bringing? Spare. Don't get into little details. Say it.
I really don't think I have many spare parts. I have like little stuff to fix stuff, but I don't have I don't have axle shafts. I don't have drive shaft spares. Like it's all so new.
Plus,
like,
you're all you guys are
the
way
cost of like doubling it all is like in the thousands. You
Plus
know?
the weight. We're trying to shed weight.
I know.
So I'm shedding spare tires, all that shit. I'm leaving all that at the trailer. Even if I got to walk back for it somehow. I'm sure I can get a ride back there. Maybe not.
Or one of the other 8 on.
I really don't want to
6.5
put
spare
that
tires.
fucking tire in there. Yeah.
I think there's gonna be like 4 8 on 6.5 spare tires.
Yeah, because where I put the tire in my Jeep sets so fucking high. I don't want the weight up that high.
I'll let you use one of mine.
Yeah.
But if I get it flat, I'm gonna want it back.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's the downfall
I'm just
True.
kidding.
I had some games, dude, we were going to play.
on the podcast.
Yeah. Remember I told you I had a really fun game?
That was like
We
2
should-
podcasts ago. I'm still waiting for that shit.
I'm going to ask you questions. You have to pick one of the two questions. There's no, I take both and none of that stupid shit.
Okay.
You're going to pick one
Done.
and you're going to live with it.
Hold on.
And we're gonna judge.
Right. Ready? Manual or automatic?
Automatic.
All right. Horsepower or gearing?
Gearing.
Rock crawling or scenic?
Rock crawling.
Dirthead Dave or Fred Williams?
Fred Williams. I don't know who either are, but
You don't watch Dirt every day?
no.
What kind of off-roader are you?
Yeah. He's an on-roader.
All right. What's your favorite tire?
Definitely the Nitto.
Okay. What's your best mod you've made?
My axles.
What's the worst mod you've made?
That ARB.
Really?
The fridge?
Compressor or the fridge?
The
or
compressor.
Okay.
I'm
Really?
I'm on my third one.
Yeah, but now if you buy the Morphlate, you won't be.
Sorry, ARB.
Let's see here. What's your favorite old school off-road vehicle?
Yours.
Really, the Willys?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Angry eyes or angry grills or eyelashes?
Neither.
Can't have that.
Eyelashes.
Wow.
Fine
ballsy.
whiskey or beer?
Definitely the whiskey.
Ooh.
Beefy ass components or lightweight rig?
Beefy ass components.
How long have you been listening to our podcast?
What time is it? No, since the first one. Yeah, I love it.
Really? All of them?
Yeah.
Really? Really? Because there's a quiz next.
You can pay me later. No.
Remember episode 3? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
At 5 minutes and 73 seconds, episode 3.
Yeah.
Right.
What was the?
Max got up to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Steve and I were continuing to talk.
What was the conversation?
We were thinking
What was
of
the subject of what we were talking
we were
about?
thinking of making really awkward questions and then just staring at people like that, you know, like, oh, in episode 5, like imagine interviewing someone that we've never met in our life and they don't know the podcast. You know, in episode 5 when we talked about blinker fluid and ball bearings, you know how they don't go well together. What did you think of that?
Dude, you know what I
like-
just noticed? Is John Patrick Rigg has angry eyes.
Does it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Angry. There's two, like angry eyes and angry brow. But the fucking brow does the angry eyes too, you know.
Yeah.
So I was on the Way of Life forum very briefly until I saw what those guys were all about,
Well, you got booted, obviously.
and I got booted.
Did you
Yeah.
get booted?
Yeah,
You're on there for like 3 days.
You
get
wanna know
booted.
why?
Yeah.
So some guy, it was like December 15th or something by Christmas, and some guy,
What
some
time?
random dude, it was 4:00
Okay.
on a Tuesday,
Hmm.
and it was sunny. He posted a video of him and his Jeep group in like Pennsylvania. They did like a Toys for Tots run,
Right.
and he was just talking about how cool it was and showed pictures of the event. And there was kids and they're handing out presents. And this dude gets on there and starts talking shit and telling him to take the video down and look at the
God
forum
damn.
rules and all this stuff. And I was like, really?
On a Christmas run?
Yeah. And berated him. I mean, I'll show you the post. It was
Yeah.
brutal. I ended up getting booted because I couldn't keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, who could, right?
So stupid. But anyway.
Because he didn't pay?
Something. Yeah.
Is that what it was? Like
I
you
don't
can't,
know.
because you could do, I've never been on there, but I've heard
Yeah.
tons of stories.
He doesn't want you advertising charities, I guess is what he was saying at the end of the day. And I was
Oh.
like, dude, he wasn't advertising. He was just showing a video of what him and his friends did to contribute to the
Yeah.
community. Like,
That's
So
what all
he
of us
wasn't
do.
asking anybody to contribute. He wasn't
Yeah.
asking for money. He
Well,
wasn't,
and all of us show videos of like whatever events,
Yeah.
meet and greets. They're like, look at this, look at that, like, and
Yeah.
we're usually
And he flipped
excited.
out over that.
flipped the fuck
Wow.
out.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So anyway, the reason I brought that up is because they used to berate people for angry girls.
Oh, really?
Ah.
Oh my
nice.
god! How dare you? Don't modify the grill. How dare you? It's
We should make this grill an angry eye grill.
we just for fun?
Yeah.
Just for,
we should just get big ass like felt mustaches. and
maybe
do,
for
like,
Halloween.
Do the eyebrows.
Well, they sell those eyelash things.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should do that. Or just do Oscar the Grouch eyebrows.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right. What's the worst color Jeep?
Oh,
That new one. Have you seen that new green? It's a JL or JT or whatever.
Is it like light?
It's like aqua forest green,
It's like that shirt you're wearing?
sort of. Yeah.
so it's a blue. It's a bluish. You said aqua.
It's
was
like
that the mascot of your elementary school?
Yeah.
How long have you had that shirt? Jesus.
Hey man,
Hey, man, these are the tough questions. I ask tough questions. I go.
is that it?
Pick a number between 1 and 15.
Ooh.
13.
Pick a state.
Nebraska.
Okay. Pick a number between 1 and 30.
23.
Okay. You just bought a 1985 4Runner, unmolested, bone stock with 80,000 miles on it.
Sweet.
You're going to build it for Nebraska, and you have $2,300.
Okay.
How do you build it?
Gears and tires.
Okay. That was a horrible game. Fuck this. We'll make it better. Pick a number between 1 and 15.
7.
Pick a number between 1 and 30. 29. Ooh, 29.
I like that number.
A Hyundai.
All right. You have
Hyundai.
you have a 79 Ford Bronco with a 9-inch rear end and a high pinion Dana 44 front, but no engine or tranny.
Now we're talking.
$2,900, and you're willing for Alabama. No, let's say Nevada.
Well, I've got to get a
Ooh.
351.
Let's go to Nevada.
What's a
Out of the
351?
That's the
Jesus Christ, you spent your $2,900 already, and
That's
it's
the-
a piece of shit. It
that's
needs
the-
to be rebuilt.
that's the Ford staple.
Oh.
Yeah,
The 351.
the Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Steamer?
You can get one out of the junkyard for a couple $100.
No way.
Oh yeah,
Fuck no.
guaranteed.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
But you could go with a Windsor
Either.
and pretend,
There you go.
or you could put a real engine in it and just go with an LS.
Yeah,
So
like a Subaru.
turbo.
Yeah, but then then you have to get a standalone.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah,
The standalone's going to cost $2,900.
Right. All right. So you're going with the 351. What do you think you're going to pay for that? 351 Cleveland.
Probably $500.
This guy's smoking dope, dude.
Out of an old like work van. Come on, dude.
Yeah, with the junkyard filled with 351 Clevelands with workmans. Okay, we're in fairyland, but let's continue.
This whole time I
So-
thought we were in Nevada.
So minus 500
Alabama.
bucks.
Oh.
You have $2,400 left.
Okay. I
Okay.
need a tranny,
Yep. C6.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the one that comes with that?
It's a bigger one.
Okay.
C4, C6.
C6.
Yeah. $600.
Well, I would have gone with a C8, actually.
$500.
$500. Okay.
So $1,900.
Yep.
And you said it's got axles already.
High pinion 44 and a 9-inch rear.
That's plenty.
Yeah.
To a number. 37. You can buy 10.
Suspension, tires.
You going Evo double throwdown?
Well, that
Yeah.
has. They make that kit for that.
Well, I'd get the off-brand.
Mm-hmm.
The
There's a Chevy. Did I send you?
Shivo.
no.
Did I send you guys the Chevy that had double throwdown shocks from the factory? Yeah, it's out there.
It's not King. It's Sping.
Okay. So, Sping and
That's-
Shivo.
what is it? FOA?
Yeah.
There you go.
Shivo Kings.
Yeah.
Schwings.
All right, $1,900. Let's get serious. You're
Okay.
gonna put a lift on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spings.
Let's go with a Skyjacker lift because they're
Ooh.
cheap.
Skyjapper is Skyjapper.
Right.
Skyjacker's cheap.
So probably $700
Sure.
because it has coils and blocks the rear. Okay.
So that's going to cover lift and everything.
1,900 minus 7. Okay. Now you're 12.
I'd have to run some hillbilly nitrous in Alabama
I would
for
agree.
sure.
Mm.
Probably
I
a
would agree.
2-stage kit,
Yeah.
$50
No.
maybe 100.
used,
Find it used. Really?
empty.
Junkyard,
$150.
junkyard used.
150.
$100.
No, let's be real. Let's get
I have
serious.
no clue what nitrous costs.
$200.
Okay, 200.
Okay.
Oops. So what were we at? I just lost that. 17.
So again, we're in
minus
Alabama,
200.
right?
You're at 12 minus 2.
Yeah, let's go for Alabama. Yeah.
So we're at 1,000
Mhm.
or 15.
12, 15.
Okay. I want to get one of those big ass cow catchers on the front
Mm.
because you never know.
Really? Like a bull bar?
Yeah,
Okay.
Or like the one that's on the front of a train.
You're gonna build it or buy one?
I'd have to build it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Two,
$200.
200
Steel.
bucks.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you going Hru or DOM
You got to go with Huru.
I'd go Haru
for the cost?
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Haru.
Hru? Does anyone remember what it stands for? Hot rolled Hru? Yeah.
Is it okay? Electrically welded.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking O. Yeah, it's E. Electrically welded. I was like, what the fuck's the O?
All right.
Nice.
Okay.
I've got a lot of money left.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
You still got to have tires.
Well, dude,
I mean,
you
we
got,
don't know what tires are.
You got no beer or food, though.
Yeah.
I'd have to get an ARB. I'd have to splurge on that.
A compressor.
No, fridge.
No, the fridge.
Oh, the fridge.
Yeah.
Grand.
So that's about
700?
700. I get a deal. So maybe 650 at Northridge.
Well, junkyard. Get one at the junkyard.
Okay. Everything's in, if you can find the Cleveland, I'm sure there's one
Yeah.
sitting next to it.
I do need to get a 4-pack of the tie-down straps so that it won't fly away when I'm bombing through the farm fields.
At the
Right.
junkyard.
We're gonna throw that in
At the
Okay.
junkyard.
because the new one comes with it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And maybe some used tires at your store where you get them for $100 a piece.
$650. You can have 31s.
31.
6-inch fucking lip. That's ridiculous.
So let's recap.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a 351
With a fucking
with a
unicorn 351
with a
Cleveland
2-stage
O in
kit,
it. Okay.
a bull bar.
Ooh.
I've got my fridge for my lunch.
Or you can talk with all the other hillbillies.
Did you do lights
dude.
on the bull bar? You gotta have lights on the bull
What
bar.
about
Big
your
old
CB
round.
whip? You need dual whips.
Yeah.
Come on, man. We can at least throw those in there.
Well, I got $50 left
Let's
over.
do $200 for those whips
Well,
and
your-
your CB.
your
You need
seaweed whip-
You need an echo box on that CB. That's gonna be at least $50.
No, all you need is a big old like 10-foot all thread, and you just make it work. Isolate it with some rubber, tie it down into some, coil some metal into towards the CB. You'll be good to
Okay.
go. Speaker wire.
Yeah, I
you're
like
good.
his idea.
Ooh, you're gonna need a Confederate flag. That's $20,
That's it, huh?
and an American flag next to it.
We got $300 left.
This
Beer.
is like the this
And
is like
beer.
The,
20 in beer. 0, bro.
Yeah.
That's a wrap, bitches.
Come on in, Mike.
Who's tickling me? What the fuck? So we had a camera die. So
Yeah.
goodbye, folks.
Bye, folks.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yep.
I'm gonna try and fix this episode.
See you on the flip side.
In post.
Nice.